Inside of me, there was a crazy woman. That part of me that was entangled with fierce curiosity and absolute insanity. Looking at myself, a woman who is fighting a daily battle, wielding her weapons in war every single day. I have said it before and I will say it again. Thoughts, you become a slave to your own mind. You can spend your life wallowing in despair, wondering why you were the one who was led towards the road strewn with pain. Or you can be grateful that you are strong enough to survive it. I say to myself, stop, no regrets and endless pain. I choose life. Journey towards recovery was painstakingly difficult, but every step along the way was worth it when I knew I was closer to living a life of freedom. I have become even stronger through my hardships and through the process of recovery. I am Nur Azlinda Zulkifli, and this is my story. Begin with the right intention. One must intend to seek knowledge for the sake of Allah. We seek knowledge so as to get ourselves closer to Allah. With the guidance of Allah, I went through my self-healing. Through Islamic practice recovery, I led myself to be. I decided to pen down my journey, drawing attention to a meaningful cause. The idea struck me when people get inspired by my story. The more I felt that it is important to share my recovery, hoping to motivate, to enlighten others throughout their own journey, so that others will find this book as part of their healing.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Okay, for today, which is 30th December, 8:45 p.m., we will be having a half an hour of the monthly workshop. Okay, today I'm going to cover regarding about the Islamic mind process, which I call it IMP. Okay, under the concept of psychology, I actually categorize it under the Western psychology plus the Islamic mind process. Okay, when we are talking about psychology itself, psychology, we actually cover certain things like problem solving, so-called evaluation, choose, plan and do what you intend to do under your thinking control behavior, where in Singapore we have this program under thinking for change program. Okay, but today I will be covering more regarding about the Islamic mind process. Okay, if you're able to see this diagram, the iceberg model of Islamic psychotherapy by Abdallah Rothman and Adrian Coyle from UK 2018. Okay, this diagram is similar to the Sigmund Freud iceberg model, but in this Islamic mind process, it was categorized under nafs, which is our nafsu. Okay, nafsu here we are talking about our EQ. Okay, then followed by akal, then which is our IQ, kalbu, our SQ and ruh. Okay, so when different so-called researcher have different concept of so-called this iceberg model or this Islamic mind process. Under this iceberg model, actually nafs is categorized on the behavior, akli is cognitive, which is fikiran kita, our mind, then kalbu is our emotion, where ruh is our spiritual state. If you can see on the right, Islamic model actually comprises of this nerve until the calf, where Western actually looking at the nerves and the calf only. So Islamic go in depth more on our true self of as a human lah. Okay. Okay, so you'll be able to see this in instant insight by Dr. T.K. Harris, MD UK from 2020. Okay, This diagram on the left is the concept of Islamic mind process, where T.K. Harris believe in three category, which is the heart, kalbu kat sini, where they are looking about the heart is not the physical heart itself, but is more to the true inner self. Okay, intellect, IQ, which is our akli, then emotion, nafs. If you can see the comparison between the two, which is under this iceberg model, nafs here is talking about the behavior going into the cognitive, followed by emotion. Whereas for Dr. T.K. Harris, he comprises nerves as an emotion instead. Okay, and he also have this progress of life, where he looking into the infancy, childhood, and adulthood process, where nerves, akli, and qalb actually covers under the progress of life as a human in Islam. Okay. Okay, so we are going to talk about nerves. Okay, nerves. Every human being is born with a set of emotions, instincts, and drives known as nerve. It is to consider how Islam categorizes a person growth. It can be constant and persuasive. It exists from birth till death do us apart. Okay, so when we are talking about nerves, okay, what is exactly NAFs? Just now we did share about the progress life. Okay, I give you an example of NAFs. Why do they say that it actually, this NAF actually occurs throughout your entire life? Okay, nafsu, we unable to control our nafs in a way that because we are born with nafs, and until we die we will have nafs. Example, okay, when we are an infant, a baby, we have this nafsu while we are since born. We want to eat. Okay, we when we want to eat, we will start to cry. Okay, a baby will start to cry to get the attention of the people to actually give them the milk. Okay, that is an example. Okay, when childhood also, we have now certain things that we don't we wanted to do something which following our nafsu, our emotion, saying that okay, I want to play game means I want to play game. Okay, mom, you don't stop me, I want to play game. Okay, that is the nafs that you are control following your emotion, your own so-called instinct, that you think that whatever you do, playing a video game for long hours is a good thing, is nothing, is all right. But you actually aware that gaming, you are not aware during that point of time that gaming is actually can cause something like your problem with your eyesight. Maybe you are too focusing on the gaming until you neglect all others activities. Okay, that is an example of now. For adulthood, nerves. Example, when you come to nerves, we are talking about certain, where I call it so-called a habit. Okay, when a habit can take anywhere between 18 to 254 days, estimated 2 weeks to 3 months. Okay, typically 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic lah. Okay, this is a research from Dr. Nora Volkov, director of National Institute of Health in US. Okay, where during the adult, example, if we have that certain habit where we develop since young, okay, it will accumulate and it will follow through you when you are adult. It will become your habit. Okay, so that is also part of your nerves. Example, when you start to smoke. Okay, when you start to smoke, maybe you see your parents smoke, then you start to smoke, you start to try to smoke. Okay, then subsequently you get addicted, so that addiction becoming your habit and you cannot control your nerves. Okay, so we are going into the akli category, which is your IQ. When we are initially born, our intelligence remain domain. only later, through the early years of development, can we start use it, how to deal with challenges, exploring of their surroundings. The intelligence gets better the more it is employed. Okay, why do under the progress of life we put this akli under Dr. T.K. Harris research or so-called articles saying that it started only during childhood and adult. During infancy, if you notice, even how we as a parents, how we advise a baby or a kids to not to do this, not to do that, they won't be able to understand because they have not developed their IQ. Okay, but when it start during the childhood, okay, when you keep on playing game, then your parents will come to you and say that, hey, you cannot keep on playing game, it will affect your eyesight. Okay, the reason it will affect your eyesight, it will cause you to actually focus on the gaming. You won't be able to do any other activities. Okay, therefore the parents will give advice, okay, I will give you a timetable. Okay, 1 hour you have to go for study, half an hour you will be able to play game, then after that you need to rest your eyesight. We go for activities outdoor, looking at scenery, playing bicycle, all that. So when as a parents trying to explain to a children, a so-called youth, teenagers, they tend to understand why whatever that they are doing, following their nerves is wrong. Okay, so that is where the stage childhood, where our parents have to actually come in to educate our kids, okay, our youth, our teenagers. The reason why they are not supposed to do this because of what? Okay, that is when they start to absorb the information and understand the good and bad of certain things that they are doing. Okay, so when it comes to adulthood, same thing. Okay, when we are aware, okay, smoking, example just now, the first example, smoking, we are aware smoking is unhealthy. Nicotine cause a bad health towards somebody. Okay, but we still insist doing it because of the nerves. Okay, we are following much on the emotion, on our instinct, on our so-called emotion, saying that okay lah, I just smoke only, but people say that it will cause death, but so far I'm okay, I'm not sick, I'm still healthy, you know. So your nerves are actually controlling your akal, your mind. Okay, so therefore this akli is available during your childhood and adulthood. So you should be educating yourself towards the positivity instead of negativity of the smoking. That is the example I'm giving you. Okay. Okay, when we talking about cult is our, like I mentioned, it's not physical height, but it's more about our true inner self. Okay, our genuine awareness of ourselves is what Allah Subhanahu wa Taala measures us on. The idea of greater judgment, smart behaviors, and views is present. Muslim people are given the most instructions on how to develop true Islam. It serves as our internal conscience to monitor our behavior and conduct. Okay, so when we talk about this phrase, okay, the idea of greater judgment, smart behavior, views is present. So we are referring back to the Muslim people given the most instruction on how to develop true Islam, is where we are referring back to our Quran and our Sunnah. Okay, even though we have akal, even though we have our mind, IQ, but if we don't go through with the spiritual, where we want to know whether it's halal or haram, whether it's allowed or not allowed, whether it's wajib or it's makruh, all that actually, with all the knowledge, with all the information that you have internally in your true self, your conscience will be able to monitor your behavior and your conduct. So with all these so-called the rules of Islam, the rules of the Muslim, following the Quran and Hadith, it will be able to control your akal. Then you will apply it through your emotion and you will react towards your behavior. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay, so this is where the progress of life to say that during the stage of adulthood, we will be able to comprises the category of qalb, which is our heart, because during the stage of childhood, we still in the learning process. Even during our adulthood, we are still in the learning process. But at the stage of adulthood, you will be able to determine the good and bad following the religious perspective. Okay, so that's all. It's very short content, very simple content that I'm sharing regarding about the. Sorry, don't mind me. There's a flight at this hour. Okay, so what I'm going to share here is that regarding about this Islamic mind process is a simple concept. So if you we are looking at a basic Islamic mind process by Dr. D.K. Harris, is the most easiest to understand, where nafsu is whatever we did based on our own emotion, our own instinct. Okay, but we have our brain, our mind, our akli. We use that to control our emotion. But as a Muslim, it's not enough to have only the IQ to control your nafs. We still need the kalbu, your true inner self as a Muslim, where you actually practice your Quran, your Sunnah, your Rukun Islam, everything. You practice everything to apply through your IQ to control your nafs, okay? So that when you react, becoming a good Muslim behavior. Okay, I hope that Islamic mind process is clear under Dr. T.K. Harris concept. Okay, so like I wish to share with you whatever that I actually sharing based on this monthly workshop is based on my self-healing Islamic recovery journey book. Okay, so I already sold 120 books, 120 plus books so far, and Alhamdulillah, I have another purchase of 2 books today. I really hope that people are looking forward to read the books that I actually publish. I debut on the insights of this positive energy mind process through Islamic psychological way through the path of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay, I do have few people who support me through my journey. Okay, so another sharing that my book actually can be found at Patridge, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, Book Depository, books.com, iBooks, Ingram, and I also have a reseller from Maxnerf, Thrift Tracks. Okay, the contact person is Muhammad Nur Hassan. Okay, my book is selling in Singapore for $20, soft cover book. Okay, I also have ebook, but I do encourage people to get a soft cover book because doing reading through a physical book is much more efficient. I would say it's much more in depth, where you actually have a physical book to read it. I don't know, maybe I'm the old generation type of person lah. But therefore, I still provided ebook for those young generation who wish to do the reading. Okay, just give me a while. Okay, if anyone who still wish to purchase the book of self-healing Islamic recovery journey, I leave my contact number there. The PayNow number also, the UAN where you actually can make payment. Okay, for the book, actually I do arrange for smart bag. Okay, for $3.20. That means a total of $23.20. I don't encourage normal mail for a delivery. I do experience a lot of cases where they don't receive the mail, all that were already post out. So to have a secure on your own items, I encourage you to opt for smart pack. Okay, so do check out my website. Okay, this is my so-called website and information sharing. I do have a lot of other. Okay, this is an old so-called table of the website itself. I do have more additional table. I do some revision of the website where you're able to see there's about published book workshop. There's about servicing under the more category. Okay, you will see more information. I do share my destination, all that. Then I also do have those other previous workshop that I just ended over the weekend, okay, at Batam, doing art therapy and mind therapies. Okay, so anyone who wish to have a private interaction, you can actually email me at admin@noorazlindazukifli.com. Okay, I'm sharing with you again for my website. Through my website also, you can there's a tab for under contact me. You can actually liaise with me from there to have more information. So I hope that this short monthly workshop give you an insight of the Islamic mind process, a basic one to have a understanding on how Islamic mind process work. Thank you so much. I see you again. Assalamualaikum. Bye.